Welcome to Carly Tackles a few basic components on a miter saw. These basic components can be found on most saws, they just may appear and operate slightly different than mine. Once we've tackled these components, you should be able to tackle any standard miter saw.
When you're ready to move your saw to make miter cuts, for example 45-degree angle, you can take your pointer finger or your middle finger or both and pull up on this red lever. From there you just slide to the left or slide to the right until you find the degree in which you'd like to cut. So if I wanted a 45, I would go to 45 and release. Now there are some positive stops, meaning the saw actually helps you stop on most common degrees, which is a really nice feature. When you stop, you still need to tighten the knob. You do not want to make any cuts with this thing being loose. I want to show you how this works. So right now I am on the left-hand side, which this knob indicates 0 to left. If I want to go to the right, I need to push the saw up. And notice I can't push it anymore because I only have 0 to 45 left. If I want to go to the right, you tilt the saw a little bit to the left, turn the knob, and now I can go this way. Now there is a setting, I don't know if you can see it, that says max bevel, angle 47. I would need to move my fences out of the way, which is a nice easy adjustment, to be able to get it to go that extra distance. And I need to turn my dial down here. So to set this back up, you just lift. If you're good with your current position, say right now I'm at 0 according to my level, and I want that to stay, you do need to tighten this bevel so your saw does not move. And now the whole thing moves if I shake it. So now we're secured. Next thing I want to show you is how to adjust the fence. So we're on the back side of the saw, and you notice that I have this red knob. If I turn it to the left, that loosens my fence and I can adjust it. There's different reasons to loosen and move your fence. One would be I need the saw to be at this sharp angle and it's in the way. Two is I have a really long board and I want the extra support when trying to level. And when you find the spot you would like it, you can just lock it in. Turn to unlock and slide it back. And while we're on this side, I want to take a minute to show you what this bar does. So if you are not on a rolling stand like I am, by the way, highly recommend one. I got this puppy at Home Depot on Black Friday, and I love it. It's very universal, doesn't work with just a rigid saw, can work with almost any saw. If you didn't have one of these to help support the boards, that's what these bars do. So flip this red guy over, and he slides out. Now I can go a little bit farther, but obviously mine is going to stop there. And then again, close it to lock in place. For almost every adjustment on a saw, it's important once you loosen it to tighten it before you cut. Safety first, make sure you're locked in. There are some adjustments here that I want to walk you through. The first one being what locks the saw down. So when you're storing the saw or transporting the saw, it's recommended to lock it into this position. This red knob, you just push and you're locked. I can still slide, that's an adjustment on the other side that I'll show you. But it's very easy. A lot of saws have a notch or a knob of some sort that locks that blade down in the lower position. To release it, you kind of push down a little bit on the saw to release the strain on the knob and pull out. Very simple. Lift up. For those that are wondering what this thing is, this is a way to stop your blade. You can actually control the depth. It doesn't always have to go all the way down. You can actually turn this out, your screw hits, and you can raise and lower this screw or knob to prevent your blade from going all the way in. So if you wanted to make notches or do some cutouts or just do some grooves, this is one of the ways that you can do it. And then you can adjust it to the height that you want, from normal cutting all the way down. All right, let's go to the next side. I have you zoomed in on the lever that stops your arm from extending. If you can see there's a little red tab here, it flips right up and locks into place. So even though I can put the blade down. I can't make it go forward without making the whole thing go forward. To release that, just lift it up, and now my arm can go again. Now they made the stop here as well, fully extended, and this is what they recommend for transporting. Your blade locked down, your arm fully extended. To release, kind of slide this off forward a little bit so it gives, and then push down. And now your arm is back.
Throughout the video, I displayed images of my previous saw's same components to give you an idea of what these components may look like in other brands. Most saws will have these basic components and operate in a similar way. Thanks for watching Carly Tackles Basic Components on a Miter Saw. If you liked this video or found it useful, please give it a thumbs up and like the video. If you'd like to see other videos similar to this and projects, please subscribe to my channel, Carly Tackles DIY, Tools and Gadgets, Tips and Tricks. Thanks for watching.